Welcome to Friday Friends, RI Elder Info's weekly look at the organizations and individuals providing resources for Rhode Island seniors, caregivers, and professionals.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It is 9 o'clock on Friday, so you know what this is. This is our weekly episode of Friday Friends, where we talk about things that you or someone you know needs to know about. So I really hope that you share our message today by hitting the like button, the share button, the bells, the whistles, all those social media cues that tell people this is information that you or someone you needs to know about. This week, we're going to kind of recap some of what we've talked about this whole month. We've dedicated all of our Friday Friends to raising awareness of elder abuse and reporting and the resources that are available for folks out there. So if you suspect elder abuse, if you're concerned about somebody, make sure you call the Office of Healthy Aging at 401-462-0555. Now, as you all know, we are a 501c3 nonprofit here at RI Elder Info, and we could not do our work without the support of our very generous sponsors. So big thank you to Point 32 Health Foundation, to Aetna and United Healthcare, to Neighborhood Healthcare, Oak Street Health, England Studios, and of course 321 Media, which makes this look good. So we've talked a lot this month about different resources that are available for you or for someone you know or care about who might be experiencing elder abuse. So we talked to the Haven for Elder Justice. So if someone you know or yourself is in an unsafe situation, the Haven can walk you through the entire legal process. They can also provide you shelter so you don't have to stay with someone in an unsafe situation. You can get out. We've spoken with Director Samini about the different resources that are available through the Office of Healthy Aging and the importance of reporting concerns to the Adult Protective Services Unit. We've talked to the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau about some of the financial resources and financial scams that are going out. And let me tell you, the financial scammers, they started working overtime during COVID, right? They're calling, they're emailing. It's unbelievable. These folks do it as a job, and the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau is there to keep us all, regardless of our age, safe. And then we spoke with Kelly Hurley from CareLink about the Skills to Care program, which helps support caregivers who are caring for individuals with dementia, because having dementia is one of the leading risk factors for being a victim of elder abuse. Excuse me. And so it's really important that caregivers get the support that they need. But I'm going to bet that a lot of folks watching aren't really sure about when to report or what to report. What does it look like? Well, of course, we're all kind of familiar with the regular kind of abuse. If I want to use the term regular, if somebody's getting hit, like, we understand that that's abuse. We understand that, if someone is being neglected, they're not getting their medication, they're not getting their food. We get that that's abuse. But sometimes we see things and we're kind of like, I don't know. Is it? Isn't it? Well, first of all, if you have that suspicion, you have to report it to the Office of Elder Abuse. It's 401-462-0555. It's not your job to be able to prove it. Okay? It's your job to actually report. I'm concerned about somebody. It's the neighbor who doesn't have family and she's alone, and you notice sometimes she's confused about things. You have some concerns that maybe she's not taking care of herself Maybe she's not getting the food or her medicine. Sometimes she seems a little mixed up. That can fall in the category of self-neglect, and you got to call it in. That's the 462-0555. Adult Protective Services isn't going to come kick in the door. They're going to go and make sure that any resources that are available to that individual to help them are there, that the person knows that help is available. But sometimes you might be, say, talking to your neighbor, and it's the end of the month now, so I'll use the beginning of the month as an example. First of the month, your neighbor is so excited. Her son's going to come and they're going to go out to lunch. And she loves that boy so much. And she's so excited because they're going to have lunch together. And they go out to lunch, and your neighbor tells you how wonderful lunch was with her baby boy. But he was a little behind on his cell phone bill, so she had to give him some money. Okay, that can happen. And the next month, your neighbor's so excited. First of the month, here comes her son. They're going to lunch. Oh, his car broke down. He needed some money. First of the month, so excited. Here comes her son. He ran a little short. And so she had to give him some money. And you notice as the month wears on that your neighbor's having a hard time buying her groceries. And she can't really afford the copay for her medication. And you start to wonder, is this maybe not a safe situation for your neighbor? She's a grown-up. She can make decisions about how she handles her money. Absolutely. But maybe when her son is coming, he's saying, I won't take you to lunch unless you give me the money. And that's a problem. And so as the neighbor, you're sitting there and you're like, something doesn't quite feel right inside. Call the Office of Healthy Aging, 401-462-0555. Maybe it's a situation that you are maybe the property manager in the building, and you know that this husband and wife have done their best to take care of each other the whole 60-some years that they have been together. But the two of them together are really struggling. You may be aware that they need help, and you have to call the Office of Healthy Aging. It's okay. Now, obviously, if someone is in imminent danger, you're seeing these things take place, call 911. I think we all know that. Call 911 in an emergency, period. Okay? But if there's situations that you're not sure of, maybe you're a building inspector out there and you're seeing someone who can't take care of their property, and there are some real structural issues with their house, and you've had a conversation with them and you can see that they're really having some trouble. Call the Office of Healthy Aging, because they can help that person navigate getting their house fixed. It is by working together and looking out for each other. This is not a big brother says that you can't do this and you can't do that. No, we're all grown-ups. We're over 18. We have the right to make our own choices. That includes bad choices. But sometimes people need to know what other choices are available to them in order to remain safe and healthy and independent at home for as long as possible, and to get the infrastructure and support that they need. Maybe it's a caregiver who's like, oh my goodness, I just can't do this for one more day. Okay, we hear you. Reach out to the Office of Healthy Aging, because there's resources out there, and we've talked to so many this month. Please, if you're not sure, go back through the videos and check them out, because there's resources available to help you. It's by working together that we will all be able to remain independent and live the best life that we can. And if maybe you don't know, I bet somebody you know does. And so it's really important that you share this information out. And if it's something that maybe you've never experienced, and God willing, you won't, okay? Maybe it's something that you can create a circle of support in your community. Reach out to your community organizations, reach out to your faith communities and say, you know what? I want to set up a program of volunteers. Maybe we just call and check in on one another just to make sure, hey, do you need anything at the store? Do you need somebody to come by and cut the grass? Things like that can go a long way in preventing elder abuse. And one thing about elder abuse, it's one of those things that any one of us can become victims to. So if you're suspecting something's not right with a neighbor, a friend, anyone, give them a call. Call the Office of Healthy Aging. Just let them know. And again, if it's an emergency, of course, call 911, no doubt. But elder abuse happens to is reported, I should say. 1 in 10 cases of elder abuse is reported. So if you know one person, there's 9 other people that have been victimized that have not told. So it's really important that we normalize this conversation. Maybe it's, I got an email and I clicked the link that said it was from my bank, and now somebody has wiped out my bank accounts, but I'm really embarrassed. Call the Office of Healthy Aging and call the police in that situation, because we want to make sure that we get the help that's needed when needed. Data suggests that survivors of domestic violence take 7 tries before they're able to get out of the abusive situation. The situation becomes a lot harder when you are dependent on your abuser for your care. And so it takes many hands to make the load light. It is important that we reach out to people that we are concerned about. And I'm not saying, don't put yourself in harm's way, but call the Office of Healthy Aging and have them check on folks. It's important. There are resources available. There are resources for caregivers. There are resources for individuals who have been victimized. It is by working together that we are all going to be successful. So I'm really glad that you have watched our videos in particular this month, because this is something that's really important. And next month, we are going to have a lot of fun topics all around different resources that you or someone you know needs to know about. So I hope you continue to watch, even though it's going to be the fabulous summer month of July. But we're going to have some great conversations. They're all recorded, so you can watch them at any time. Even when you're poolside or beachside, you can watch an episode of Friday Friends. But I look forward to seeing you all again next week. If you suspect elder abuse, I can't say it enough, give the Office of Healthy Aging a call, 401-462-0555. In the meantime, I look forward to seeing you all next week. Be well and be kind.
If you like this video, please follow us on social media and subscribe on YouTube. For more information, visit rielderinfo.com or call 401-585-0509. If you have any questions, email deb@rielderinfo.com.